For probably the last 14 years about product versus business. How many of you guys have ever heard people debating, do you lead with the product or do you lead with the business? Have you guys ever heard that?
Oh man, yeah.
Are you tired of that conversation?
Yes.
Are you tired of trying to tell your team to do it one way when they want to do it another way? Because I got really kind of tired of that. The thing that I started to realize though, as I've been traveling around this country over the last year and a half, is that I think that we've bridged that gap. I don't even think it's a conversation anymore. I don't think that the conversation about product or business is something that you should really even talk. I mean, how many of you guys noticed how many diamonds we had walk across this stage? Was that incredible to see how many diamonds walked across that stage? Were you guys as impressed as I was? Okay, pretty big deal. So what I asked them to do is I asked them to bring me one of these, they call it an Elmo. How many of you guys remember in school when the teacher would talk under one of these things and it would shine whatever you wrote up on the screen? You guys remember that? Can I show you why I think we bridged the gap? Can I show you why I think this comp plan actually bridged the gap between product and business? Okay? All right, this is where you get your pens out, get your notebooks out. Every time I do this presentation when I'm running around the country, they ask me, do you have that recorded? I want to review it. I want to go ahead and be able to write it down. I need to learn what you just did. So take your notebooks out right now. I need you to write this down because we're going to walk through this really, really simple, okay? All right. So we had all those diamonds come across stage. Basically what they had, is this thing on? There we go, okay. Basically what they have is, this is them right here, and they built a customer bucket over here with over $4,000 in it, okay? That's what they did. That's what a diamond has done. They have a customer bucket with over $4,000 in it. What do we all know about your commission? Now this is the business side because they had to go find customers by talking about products. What do we know about the commission on that $4,000? What do we know? We get 30% if they're on a subscription. If they're all on retail, do you make even more? You do. Do we recommend subscriptions? Yes, because then you can only do the work once, get paid many, many times, right? What is 30% of $4,000?
$1,200.
It is $1,200. Now I want you guys to think about that. $1,200 from that $4,000 worth of customer volume, and we had all those people come across stage making that $1,200 minimum because they're a diamond. Is that a big deal? Is that a product or a business conversation?
Business.
It's both, isn't it? It's both. They had to use the product conversation so they could earn the business conversation, right? It's both. We bridged it, okay? Now, let's take this a step further. Because one of the things I like to do with this compensation plan is I like to say, if you're willing to do that, if you're willing to do what all these people did, what if you found one customer a week every week this year? How many customers would you have? You'd have 52 customers. If they're doing a healthy glow stack, how much volume would that create? That would be roughly $6,000 in customer volume if you found one customer a week for the whole year, right? What is 30% of 6,000? It's now $1,800 every single month. Anybody in here use an extra 20 grand? Would an extra 20 grand help any of you? Okay? Now here's what I love about this. I know that as I travel around, there's a lot of people that might be a little teeny bit resistant to the MLM side. Do any of you guys have that experience? When you're talking to the brand new person, does anybody ever go, well, I really like the products, I like this information, but I've done that before, I'm not sure how I feel about it. Has that ever happened to you? Do you think any of those people would say, I'm excited about those products, I'm not going to do the MLM thing, but I want to make $20,000 a year because you have 30 patents, you have an increase of SOD, increase of catalase, increase of glutathione? What do you guys think? Have we provided a pathway for those people to start having some success? Yeah. Have we done it? Did the decision that Steve made a year and a half ago provide an environment now that is inclusive of everyone that you talk to? Okay? What if you did that for a second year? How much volume would you have in your business? 12,000 volume, 30% of 12,000 is how much? 3,600? That's $40,000 a year. If you said, I'm resistant to this, but I love those products, I'm going to tell everyone I know. It's $40,000 a year. Is that an opportunity? Is that a business opportunity? Okay. What if you did that for 5 years or even 6 years? What if that's all you were going to do? And you did that for 6 years? How much volume would you have in this bucket? 48,000 times 30%? How much is that? Anybody know? Anybody know? 14,400 roughly, right? I did that off the top of my head. $14,400 a month. A month. Because you said to yourself, I am not going to follow the path that society has told me to follow for 46 years. I'm going to go find one customer a week for the next 6 and cut 40 of those years off. I'm going to generate a passive income that is over $150,000 a year. Do you think that appeals to anybody? Yeah. Now let me tell you something. Some of you guys are looking at me like, this guy's talking all about customers and product and things like that. Let me tell you what I do not believe. I don't believe you can do this. Okay? I'd love you to go try to prove me wrong. I don't think you can do this. Let me tell you why. I don't think you can get to the point where you're making $14,400 a month and you're not going to go tell a friend. Okay? I don't believe you can do. I don't think you're going to get to where you're making $5,000 a month and you're going to keep that a secret from your friends. I don't think that you're going to go out and have that many customers where you're going to have, 300, 400, 500 customers, and not one of them is going to say, everyone loves how I look. I want to make some money too. Can I tell my friends? And then you're going to do what Christy said, right? Well, who gets to make the money, me or you, right? I don't believe you can do that and not have one of them say, I want to do this too. Do you guys think you can?
No.
So even if you have that attitude, we're going to force you into being an MLMer. We're going to force you into it, okay? So what happens then? What happens then? So here you are. Let's just say this box was 40,000. We'll say there was some attrition in there, even though we hate that word, okay? You have a friend that goes and does the same thing with you, and they have their 40,000. You're making 30% here, you're making 10% here. So you're gonna make 1,200 or 12,000 here, you're gonna make another 4,000 here. What are you qualified if just you and one friend do this? What are you qualified as? Who knows? You are qualified as an EC1. Because an EC1 only has to have 80,000 in volume and it can come from 2 different sources. This is a source. This is a source. That means that you're going to get a pool share. You're going to get one of them worth another $1,000-ish, okay? And that is $17,000 per month or $200,000 per year. And it was you and a friend that said, I'm going to shortcut what society tells me I'm supposed to do so that I can make 10 times what they're offering me. I can make 10 times what they're offering me and cut 40 years off of that path. Who's interested in that?
Yeah.
Is this opening some eyes? Is this opening some eyes? Do you like that Steve had the courage to go out and hire advisors to create this environment for you? Do you like that? After everything you guys heard today about science, and I know mine was easily the most in-depth, okay? After everything you heard about science today, is there anybody in here that's not going to go out and try to find at least one of your friends that will do the same thing with you? Now, what if you had 5 friends or 10 friends? Are we limiting you to only one? Okay? Because if you came to me with this, you know what I'm going to see? I'm going to see an opportunity to go out and get 10 or 20 or even 30 of my friends to go do that so that I don't have to. That's how my brain works. I'm going to skip the first part of going out and finding a customer every week and go find 10 other people who will do it. Because I'm going to build a really big team. I'm going to get 10 of these people making me $4 grand each and make 40 grand. That's what I'm going to do. But I wanted to show you guys that this plan is a place for everyone here. The conversation is over. There is no right or wrong way. There is no product or business way. Either way you choose, you will succeed. Does that make sense? Yes. Anybody excited about this? Okay. My handwriting's better than a doctor's handwriting. That's why I had to take the white thing off. Right. Okay. So, all right, you guys. I think it's really important that you take all this information that you got today so that you can understand how to use that information so that you can go start building this process. I'm not advocating that it's just you and a friend. I just want you to know it's possible, okay? That's all I'm trying to do. So, take this information, get really, really active with it, understand what I just showed you so that you can explain at least that part of the compensation plan and see what happens in your business, okay? All right. Every time I come up here, I feel like I have not done my job if I don't take the opportunity to thank the people that have created this environment for us. So I asked them if they would put a picture of our entire corporate team up there so that I don't have to try to leave, say names and leave anybody else. How many of you guys would like to help me say thanks to our corporate team?
So where's the headquarters?
Behind.
Oh.
We'll have to go up there sometime and tour the offices.
I've had the opportunity to watch what they're doing behind the scenes, you guys. They are working their tails off. They are doing that for you. They're doing that because they believe in where this company is going. They believe in the efforts that you're putting in. They want to make sure that they're not leaving any stone unturned. They want to make sure that every I is dotted and that every T is crossed for you. They're doing this for you. They're trying to make the best decisions they can possibly make for you, okay? So I appreciate what they're doing. There are obviously some really cool things. I'm going to reiterate this really quick. How many of you guys are going to qualify for the Fast Track Reset? Okay?
I'm not sure
Can I go through that with you really quick again?
Okay,
US, Japan, Australia, and New Zealand, customer and consultant track bonuses earn $50 for every 3 personally enrolled customers that purchase at least 100 SV in their enrollment month, okay? So everyone in this room, by the way, every single one of you, everyone gets to restart their Fast Track. You can earn another $50 for every 3 personally enrolled consultants that purchase at least 150 SV in their enrollment month. And you can do it as many times as you want, okay? And for the month of October, and this is the one I think you guys should really pay attention, right now for the end of this month, you're gonna get $100 for the consultant enrollment side. Do you think they're putting an emphasis on consultants? Okay, you think with this little lesson we went through today, you can find more consultants when they realize how easy it is to make money in this company now? What do you think? Okay? All right. I want you guys to make the commitment to yourselves that you're going to earn both of these bonuses if you can. Obviously, that's how you're going to build a really stable, really balanced business that will have some kind of longevity to it, okay? Now, there's a couple more things I want to talk to you guys. I only have 45 seconds left, but there's a couple things I want to leave you guys with here tonight. As I've traveled around, I've had an opportunity to be challenged by a few people, and I want you to know I appreciate that. I have massive respect for the people who are willing to question whatever advice is being given or question, what you're being told in a room. I have massive respect for this because it makes me think. It makes me really look at what I'm teaching to make sure that I understand it, that I have a deep understanding of why I'm asking you to do something. I had a situation up in Sioux Falls just a few months ago, because I've had a great time up there. I mean, Sioux Falls is, how many Sioux Falls people do we have here? Obviously a couple, right? How many Sioux Falls teen people do we have up here, right? There's a few of you. And I got a question I thought was really interesting, and I actually have been getting this question quite a bit. And so I want to point this man out of pure respect. Troy, are you in the audience right now? Where are you, Troy? Run up here, Troy. Will you run up there? Come on, man.
Sure,
Come
you
on.
don't want to go up there. You don't want to go up
He
there.
did not know I was going to do this to him.
He just rolled his eyes. Like,
This man had a lot of courage. He had the courage to challenge me in front of about 70 people.
Yeah.
And I love it, okay? Now I'm gonna give a little preface here. I do not want you to misunderstand what I'm saying here. So I'm gonna tell you my memory of our story, okay? Thank you. Stay up here, no, stay up here, okay? So Troy's in the back of the room, and I'm talking business. I mean, you guys, I don't wear goggles and a doctor suit when I do presentations. Okay, I don't do that. And I did all business, didn't I? I mean, it was just very much business oriented. How do you talk about products from a business point of view, right? And he stood up in the back of the room and he said to me, do you remember your question? Don't kiss me, but just right here. Okay, so he goes, some of us are a little teeny bit more heartfelt than you. Something of that version, right? I mean, it's close, right? He goes, some of us are a little bit more heartfelt than you. Could you please talk to us about, what you would say from a product perspective? Because, it was kind of like that, right? It was something kind of like that. And it made me step back a little bit, because I'm thinking to myself, I didn't think I was really that, I think I'm pretty heartfelt. I think I'm kind of heartfelt. But here's what struck me, and I think we resonated over what my answer was, right? I said, how many of you guys, I'm going to ask everyone in this room this question. How many of you, with what you understand about Protandim, believe everybody in the world should have the opportunity to at least say yes or no to this product? How many of you? Does everyone in here think that they should at least have a chance? I mean, you pick, but say yes or no, right? How many of you, raise your hands, if you think you personally can tell everyone in the world that Protandim exists? Stand up. You think you can tell the whole world all by yourself?
I'd love to try.
Michelle?
I'll travel.
Michelle is willing to help every one of you talk to everyone in the whole world. Okay? And it got really quiet, right? The room got really, really quiet. It was like kind of a pin drop, because I think people realized where I was going with this. And I said, well, if you can't tell the entire world by yourself, what do you have to have?
People, teams.
You have to have a team of people that are going to help you tell this story, right? Because you can't do it by yourself. So I said to Troy, so Troy, it kind of sounds like, and this is the part I don't want anybody to go sideways on me. I said, it kind of sounds like I care more about people than you. Didn't I?
You did.
Because I'm building a team that will go out and tell the entire world that this product exists. I'm going out and building, and I said, I don't want to be the one that will only tell people that I know in my little circle of influence, right? That this product exists, because I don't think that's very heartfelt. Is that basically what we did?
That is what we did, yes.
Okay? Now, I have used that story because he had the courage to come up and challenge me on this in many, many presentations, because this is a really, really important point in my opinion. That's why I asked if he would come up here and do this with me today, because I didn't want him to misunderstand what I'm doing. This is a really important point. If you cannot tell the whole world, you have to have a team. In fact, I've heard many, many times on this stage that someone is praying or hoping that something's going to come into their life, whether it's for finances or for the benefits of health. Did you hear that today too? If you are not going to have the courage to take the action, to have the conversation, to start that process that will lead to that person praying or hoping or begging for something to come into their life, that is your fault. Would you guys agree?
It's on you.
You would agree, huh? Did I get a little too serious on you guys right there?
No.
Little too, okay? So, once again, I want to tell Troy, thank you for having the courage to ask that. I've put that into my presentation because it's made me realize how important it is to have that courage to start the butterfly effect. So thanks again, Troy.
Can I just say that?
Absolutely.
That completely changed everything about the way I thought about it. I thought about it mostly in the beginning, this was a product that we wanted to get people on, and it was just a product that when you said that, it did slap me in the face. And now every conversation involves the business. And for the record, he did not ask if I would come up here. I was told just now to come up here.
Yeah.
I'm putting all this on YouTube.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I'm recording it.
All right. I got told I was going to throw it one time. They're like, please don't throw the mic. Okay. All right, you guys. I love that you're here. Decisions are made when you're here. Commitments are made when you're here. I believe that this is where people come to see how big this is, that it's bigger than us, okay? I'm going to leave you guys here tonight with something that is really important to Tasha and I. An executive consultant in our family is going through a very difficult time right now with some health issues. So, hey, Tosh, would you come back out here really quick? I'm gonna ask you guys to do something for me, if you will, because they had a surgery yesterday, so they were unable to be here. But I want them to know that we are thinking about them, that we care about them. Will you guys help me just say, we love you, Rick and Sherry, we miss you. Will you guys do that for me on the count of 3? Will you guys all stand up for this thing, and let's really put something into this, can we? Okay, so on 3, 1, 2, 3.
We love you, Rick and Sherry!
I love you guys. Thanks, Tosh. All right, you guys, we are way over time. We should do it again? Can we do it one more time?